Juggernauts, what up, brother? Conservative Cuban, what's up? Ah, yes. We need to get into some hot topics. Hopefully a few more people join. But, yes, Father's Live just started on a few cold ones. Boy, George, do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Chameleon. Rematch Adam. We're going to talk about Adam and the Train to Be a Freak video that came out, yesterday? It all makes sense now. All right, we're over 50 people. I guess I can start. Now, those of you that may have noticed, Adam McCloud posted some kind of fucked up goodbye to the fans, announcing that he was no longer going to be working behind the scenes with the Big Lenny channel. And it didn't make any sense. Like, who cares? You're not part of it anyway. Just go away, Adam. And it didn't make sense why he did that until I got around to watching the Train to Be a Freak video this morning. And then all the pieces came together. So where do I start? First off, let me jump to my conclusion. My conclusion is Adam deliberately hurt the Big Lenny channel, which hurts Lenny's income, which hurts Lenny. Adam did this all deliberately to make himself look good. So Adam must pay. So let's rewind a little bit, or let's circle back. Let's circle back like that dumb slut from the White House likes to say. We're going to circle back to that. Adam issues that stupid fucking post that no one understood because no one cares about him and he's irrelevant anyway. It just was so out of context. Then I started watching the Train to Be a Freak video, and Train to Be a Freak is bragging about how he's got connections and he knows people behind the scenes. That's great evidence right there that this information came right from Adam, because Train to Be a Freak is even using some of Adam's phrases like behind the scenes. Adam loves to say behind the scenes, especially when he's talking about me. Like, he likes to say, well, we talked about Jay behind the scenes. Come on, man. No one talked to you. You're a clown. So anyway, Train to Be a Freak comes out with this statement that Big Rob has his checking account directly linked to Lenny's YouTube, and that he's only giving Lenny a percentage. Now, I can guarantee you that is not true. You can ask Lenny himself. Lenny's YouTube goes directly into Lenny's bank account, period. Adam fed Train to Be a Freak this bogus bullshit information to try and make himself, Adam McCuck, look like some kind of fucking pariah. I don't know if that's the right term of that word. A martyr. Adam tried to martyr himself. Maybe that's a better word. He deliberately hurt the Big Lenny channel because he put out some misinformation. And trained to be a freak, brother, you should have verified this information before you made this video, because the information you put out there is not true. You didn't verify it. You trusted Adam McCloud. Never trust Adam McCloud, period. So by putting out that information, no one wants to donate to Lenny's super chats. Nobody wants to contribute to that money if they think it's going directly into Robzilla's account. You know, don't get me wrong. I like Robzilla. You know, I consider him a friend. But let's be honest here. If the trolls think, or if the misfit maniacs think that money's going into Robzilla's account, they're not going to play nice. So Adam did that on fucking purpose. Adam must pay. So I'm just beside myself. I wish Trained to Be a Freak would have verified this information, because now he's in the middle of something he didn't need to be involved with. He fucking went out on a limb thinking he had an inside scoop from Adam McCloud. Adam McCloud is not an inside scoop. For Christ's sakes. Everybody hates the guy. Oh. Big Sexy says, Jay, check yourself into the hospital. Why? I feel great. I had a pretty good day at the gym today. Actually, my bench press went up considerably this week because I did more warm-up sets. You guys, some people made fun of me because I was pretty happy with getting 215 for 5 reps last week. You got to remember, I started out with just doing fucking the bar after I tore that pec. So last week, hitting 215 for 5 reps, I was pretty happy. Well, today I did more warm-up sets, many more warm-up sets. And I got up to 225, 2 plates on each side, and I did 15 reps. So I'm officially stronger than Brad again. Having serious psychological problems. No, I'm not. I'm fine, bro. I'm just pissed because this is like, I'm glad I'm not in the middle of this because it's high school fucking drama. It's he said, she said. Adam McCloud acting like a little fucking bitch who's all pissed off that he's being left out. So he fucking puts out a fucking lie, spreads a rumor that's not even true, that's going to wind up hurting Lenny in the long run. Because how many people are going to find out, that what Trained to Be a Freak said is completely wrong? It's going to take a while for everyone to hear that. So the damage Adam did is not going away right away. And he must pay. Oh. So it's like Trained to Be a Freak wants to interject himself in the Misfits. Adam is like been shunned by basically everybody, and he's a scorned bitch. And they're fucking putting out bad information that makes Robzilla look bad. So Robzilla says a bunch of shit that, Robzilla really shouldn't be trying to start a fight with the Ruckus Boys. We want the Ruckus Boys on our side. Like, I personally am reaching out to the Ruckus Boys right now. Go after Adam McCloud. He's the one behind this. Rob just gets a little excited and says some shit he shouldn't say, but we all do that. So I'm not gonna judge him, but that's just the cold, honest truth. Rob gets a little excited, and I'm here to try and slow everything down for everybody and explain to you what really fucking happened. So you got a he said, she said, and you know, Rob has got a right to be fucking pissed off. I would want to punch Adam McCloud in the fucking face for putting out that kind of misinformation. Now, what Train to Be a Freak did isn't quite as bad, because really, what's Train to Be a Freak guilty of? He just didn't verify his information. He trusted his source. So, and I don't even want to get into the personal shit Train to Be a Freak said about Rob. That's between those two. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm purely talking about the Big Lenny channel and the monetary issue, because that's where McCuck threw fucking the Big Lenny channel under the bus, putting out a fucking false information that the money was being funneled into Robzilla's personal account and not Lenny's. That needs to be fucking squashed. And, God damn it, Train to Be a Freak. How the fuck do you think trusting Adam McCloud as a reliable source was a good idea? You got to know everyone hates the guy. The guy doesn't have firsthand information. When the last time McCuck probably talked to Brad and Andrew was when he was on the fucking podcast. I'll bet that's true too. I'll bet Andrew will back me up on that, and I'm willing to bet Brad, as much as he wouldn't want to back me up, I'll bet he would. McCuck does not talk to those guys. You guys think I'm kicked out of the fucking Misfits. At least I still fucking talk to Andrew and fucking Lenny. Fuck. McCuck don't got any friends in the Misfits. McCuck is in tune with the Nate Hamburg side of the Misfits. The part of the Misfits, Nate's a misfit, but Hamburg sure as fuck isn't. Big J, explain your hedonistic lifestyle. Hedonistic? Like, hedonism is like pure pleasure. I don't really think I live pure pleasure. If I was into pure pleasure, I certainly wouldn't drink on a night where I had to work the next day and work all day with a goddamn hangover. There's no pleasure in that. Yeah. If you live a hedonistic lifestyle, you're not going to get hungover. You might have a couple of drinks till you feel a little toasty, but you're not going to get fucked up so that you're hungover, because there's nothing hedonistic about being hungover. Is pinning Decca and Winnie okay while cruising on TRT? Yes. And Winnie and Decca is actually kind of a unique combination, because they both kind of help each other out with side effects. One of the side effects of Winstrol is joint pain. Well, Decca's really good at joint pain. The side effects of Decca, which are mostly progestin side effects, which your anti-estrogen, whatever they call it, your AI doesn't work for Decca, but Winstrol has been shown to have some anti-progestin qualities to it. So by running Winstrol and Deca together, you can cut down the side effects of each of them. So it's kind of a unique combination. Hold on. Trained to be a freak is only on McCuck's side, as that's who feeds him his info on Zilla. Well, yeah, but McCuck isn't even giving him reliable information. Trained to be a freak is just gobbling up fucking bullshit that Adam fucking gives him. I mean, come on. Trained to be a freak. You want to make your channel better? Do some real investigation. Just don't take a fucking bitter fucking clown like McLeod and think that he's going to give you the straight truth. Trained to be a freak says McCuck is not really a bad guy. Yeah, but he's jaded because he's worked his entire adult life to try and intertwine himself with the misfits, and it's just never worked out for him. He's a tryhard, and he's bitter about it, and no one wants him involved. So, you know, is Adam an evil spirit? No. But did Adam do something really shitty to Lenny by feeding Trained to be a Freak some bullshit information? Yes. That's going to hurt Lenny's channel. And that's, I'm just beside myself. I mean, Lenny would have to be a complete moron to let that money be going to someone else's account. Or wait, no, it's total moron. Lenny would have to be a total moron. I got to get it right. Use the same terminology he used on Mr. G. Total moron. And Lenny's not a total moron. Lenny might not have computer skills, but Lenny's not a total moron. I mean, Lenny's got some street smarts. He can run the streets looking for trannies high on drugs and not get stabbed by a PM. That takes a little bit of street smarts. If Lenny didn't have street smarts, he would have wound up stabbed years ago. Release the emails. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't trust any information from Adam McLeod. Adam McLeod tried to come up with that proof that Big Rob Fitness was the one who got Lenny fired. And he released these phone records from Lenny's work because he claimed he was friends with the would it be IT guy there or cybersecurity guy, whatever. Claimed to be friends with the guy. Give me a break. Come on. I couldn't even looking at that proof. What McLeod said was proof. Just looking at that gave me a fucking headache. Adam is fighting cancer, and he wants nothing to do with all this drama, unfortunately. Then why the fuck did he drop that misinformation to Train to be a Freak? Because Adam goddamn well knows Train to be a Freak and Rob Zilla have been going back and forth a little bit. So Adam knew goddamn well that Train to be a Freak was going to use that. And it's bogus information. And I wish Train to be a Freak would have fucking verified it. God damn it. But if it gets Adam McLeod's ass kicked, I'm all for it. Fuck, if I could get Robzilla to beat the shit out of Adam McCloud, maybe I would have released it. I'm not even getting into the Train to Be a Freak versus Robzilla thing. That's for someone else's channel. That's for someone else to hype up. This live stream right here, what I'm talking about is the one piece of information that Train to Be a Freak released in his video that was not true. The part where he said the money from Lenny's YouTube was linked to Robzilla's bank account, and I can tell you for a fact that is not the truth. And if you don't believe me, next time Lenny is fucking live, ask him yourself. But I'm willing to say right here that I guarantee it. So the B says, okay, Boomer. Train to Be a Freak says, in training as we speak. Jesus Christ. Train to Be a Freak, you're a decent guy, but you know what? You let the cat out of the bag when you started bragging about being an offensive lineman. I mean, come on, man. When you tell someone you were an offensive lineman, you know what that tells them? That you didn't have the fucking aggressiveness or the athletic ability to play defensive line. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you some shit. But that's the truth. I mean, the guys on defense are much better athletes and much meaner. Okay, COVID-19, you bullying barfly, you. Thoughts on Robzilla being Lath's lapdog? I don't know anything about that. I don't know. I think we got bigger fucking fish to fry. I mean, it's like a lot of these internet feuds going on between people become irrelevant when a bigger problem comes around. Like worrying about Leo longevity doesn't seem as important, after fucking this Mr. G clown fucking starts riding Lenny's ass. McCuck is our real enemy. Yeah, I mean, he's willing to hurt the Big Lenny channel on purpose to try and make himself look better. That's wrong. I mean, Lenny's a friend of mine. I wouldn't want to hurt him financially. There's times I wouldn't mind punching him in the stomach, but I would never want to hurt the guy financially. I have no idea how that Patreon is going. I don't know. I know that the Misfits Patreon, which I think was Pomps' idea, went over like a lead balloon. Predictions on the Lenny and Mr. G fight. Well, for one thing, they agreed on October, and that means it's never going to happen. Cheese just hears things about emails and screenshots. Yeah, but you can't trust a screenshot from Adam McCloud. The guy works in the fucking tech industry, for Christ's sakes. That's what he does. If anybody can Photoshop something, Adam McCloud has the resources to do it. I personally got some DMs because I made that video, a few months ago or maybe even longer that Adam didn't even really have a job and that he was living on disability from when he got smashed in between his dad's van and his neighbor's car. And I got more than one DM from before Ruckus. Remember when what was it before Ruckus? The Reddit trolls. I got some, they weren't mean. They were friendly emails, from Reddit trolls saying, Jay, you actually are wrong. We did find Adam's work and we were in the process of ruining his life. Well, boys, why don't you go back at it? That's why, I hate to sound like Dave Palumbo, but I'd like to try and mediate a little bit of peace between Rob Zilla and the Ruckus Boys, because we need the Ruckus Boys. That's one thing Rob doesn't quite get yet. I like nasty fucking trolls. I don't want to start any shit with the Ruckus crowd. I'd like to, in fact, some of them, I trade DMs with. I've been known to fucking give a fucking horrible hater troll a little inside information now and again. I'm not too proud to fucking leak something to stir it up a little bit. Oh, that's one of my favorite things to do. Ask Brad. So we need the Ruckus Boys. Like right now, I want Adam McCloud fucking wiped off the fucking internet completely. I don't want the guy dead, but I wouldn't mind it if he completely disappeared off the internet. So I think that he needs to be taught a fucking lesson, and I think the Ruckus trolls are our best option for that. So I don't want to start a feud with the Ruckus Boys. I want to work together. Even some of you Ruckus Boys that don't like me, maybe you like Lenny. What fucking McCuck did deliberately hurt the Big Lenny channel. Deliberately. Brett, God, you got a Polish name. I can't even pronounce it. Dzidowski or Ruckus likes you, Jay, most of the time. Yeah, most of the time. I'll tell you, with all this high school drama that's going around right now, fuck, I've been kind of out of the limelight. I kind of like the break. No one's really trolling me too hard because there's so much other shit going on. Kind of enjoying it. That's why I'm being careful to not get too much in the middle of it. Let Rob Zilla and Train to Be a Freak fucking fight their own fucking fight. Don't get me involved. I'm just here to clear the air about the one thing on Train to Be a Freak's video that I know for a goddamn fact is not true. And he got that information from Adam McCloud. He even fucking admitted it in the fucking video. So, if Train to Be a Freak would have maybe sent a follow-up DM, to me or Brad, maybe even Andrew, to try and verify that information, maybe one of us would have got back to him and said, no, fuck no. Rob Zilla's bank account is not on Lenny's YouTube. Are you fucking crazy? Who told you that? What? That's all he needed to do. Fuck. But see, when you're in a feud with someone judgment gets fucked up. So, trained to be a freak, might not have been thinking clearly, and he might have got this tidbit from McCuck and just not wanted to validate it, not wanted to see if it was credible, and just ran with it. See, that's when you're running on emotion, and that'll get you fucked up. Look, I do it all the time. I'm an expert on it. So, whatever. I just want to try and protect the Big Lenny channel and show you guys, because I would want them to do the same for me. We work hard to get these goddamn YouTube channels up and running and try and provide mints. When someone wants to sabotage your YouTube channel, that's fucking war, brother. And we all need to come together when that kind of war is going on. So I don't know. Have we worn out this topic? Does everyone know the truth now? I can't see the comments right now. I hate fucking with the options because then he knows more than you fat little freak. I don't know what that refers to. Drink more. Luscious hair you have today, Jay. Trained to be an alcoholic truck driver. You're an expert on losing fights to cancer victims. Oh, that old business again? Father, please answer. I have back today. Dumbbell rows or barbell row? Technically, you could do both. I would do barbell rows in the very beginning of my back workout and treat them like a power move, almost like a bench press, a squat, or a deadlift. And then I would continue on with your normal back routine. And I think dumbbell rows are a great finisher because they involve so much rear delt if you keep your back flat. Those dumbbell rows where guys put their hand on the dumbbell rack and stand with their spine at a 45-degree angle, those are bullshit. Get your fucking knee and your hand on a bench and 1 foot on the floor. So you have 3 points of contact. An arm and a knee on the bench and then the other foot on the floor. So your spine is fucking parallel to the fucking floor. And do your rows, dumbbell rows that way. That is a great way. I've told people this a lot over the years that sometimes if my bench is a little stagnant, I can stimulate my bench by getting in a good one-arm dumbbell row workout on back day. And they look back at you with this puzzled look because they're asking you a question about bench and you just gave them a back exercise. But one-arm dumbbell rows, the way I explained them with 3 points of contact on a bench, are so much rear delt right back here that when you're benching and you get to the bottom, when you build all that muscle up in the rear delt, I don't know if it's like it gives you so much stability. You just feel stronger and you can bench more aggressively. That's probably the best way to describe it. You've got more stability, so you'll bench more aggressive, if that makes sense. Because if you don't feel safe, you don't bench aggressive. It's almost like when you're benching with no spotter. You don't bench aggressive. The minute you've got somebody standing there, they don't even have to have their hands anywhere near the fucking bar. Just having someone stand there you get more aggressive, and suddenly you're more strong. You have more strength. Train to be a freak. I'm not trying to trash you, bro. Um, you only made one mistake in my book. You didn't verify the information that was leaked to you. You went off a leak like it was the honest to God gospel fucking truth. And I'm not, it's not my channel. You didn't do that to my channel. I'm not going to get that pissed. You did that to the Big Lenny channel. But I personally don't find you responsible for that because you've got a beef with Robzilla. So you were acting on emotion. It's the cocksucker McCuck that leaked you that bad information that needs his fucking ass beat. You're just regurgitating something someone told you. It's the motherfucker running his mouth that needs to get his ass kicked. And that would be McCuck. For me or against me, Jay? I don't know what that means. I don't have a problem with you trying to be a freak. I just think that, if you want to run a legitimate channel, you should have fact-checked that information a little better. That's my only criticism. And I'm not saying anything personal. You just should have fact-checked those leaks. And that's all. That's not personal, bro. That's not personal at all. We're talking professional. We're talking about how you handled information that was leaked to you by McCuck and how you delivered it on your channel. You didn't even try and fact check it. That's all you did wrong. That's not personal. That's nothing against you. And that's just how you handled something. It's not personal. So I'm not criticizing you at all. Not one bit. And I don't even want to get involved with the personal feud between you and Robzilla. Because not my business. Don't want to be dragged into that. You're both big boys. You both can work it out without me getting involved. I don't want to tear another pec getting involved. Edgar Gonzalez just said Prince Andrew just confirmed Robzilla is not guilty. Where did you hear from Prince Andrew? Is he on here? He'll come on here from time to time to check up on me. Guys, that's the fake train, LOL. Oh, okay. Train to be a freak has all capital letters. Wait a minute. No, that one has a small case A. See, I get confused because the fake Train to be a freak. Train to be a freak always tells me has all capital letters. Yeah, see, the real Train to be a freak has a capital A, all capital letters. That's the real one. The one with the small A is fake, as far as I know. Remember, I'm just a dumb homeless truck driver. Train to be a freak. How long have you been in here, bro? I hope you don't think I was ripping on you. I didn't say one bad thing about you personally. The only thing I'm upset about is the misinformation that Adam McLeod gave you about Robzilla's bank account being linked directly to Lenny's YouTube, and the fact that you didn't fact check that. You just took the information from Adam McCloud and ran with it. That's the only thing I'm upset about. It's nothing personal. Trained to disseminate fake news. That's funny. See, the piss troopers are just so confused. They don't know who to attack. Do we attack McCuck? Do we attack Train to be a Freak? Do we attack Robzilla? They're just all fucked up. I'm here to try and be the guiding light. The North Star. The North Star. Trained to be a Freak is just a journalist. And he got a bad tip. And he didn't verify it. Robzilla is innocent of what Trained to be a Freak accused him of doing. Because Adam McCloud lied. So therefore, I think the piss troopers and the maniacs and the Masterson militia, I think we need to go after McCuck. He's the one who started this. Edgar Gonzalez keeps saying Prince Andrew confirmed. Where did Prince Andrew confirm this? McCuck is not a... See, here's the thing. Everyone says McCuck is irrelevant. That fucking little fucking loser cocksucker made himself relevant for a few days because he leaked some bad information to train like a freak. Everyone who says Adam McCloud is not relevant, you just got. Adam got you. Everyone's talking about Adam McCloud. You got. No, we're not moving on. We need to unify all of our forces, and we need to scare Adam off the internet. Because what he did to train to be a freak isn't right. Because he used Train to be a Freak because he knew Train to be a Freak was in a beef with Robzilla, and he knew Train to be a Freak would run with that little tidbit of false information. Adam is a fucking snake, man. He will do anything to try and make himself look better, like he's useful to Brad and Lenny. See, Andrew is a little smarter than Brad and Lenny. Andrew's got his own camera. Andrew's got his own channel. Andrew can do his own editing. Whatnot. So McCuck doesn't try and make himself useful to Andrew. He may have tried that fucking 4 years ago, but that ship has sailed. So now McCuck just tries to make himself seem useful to Brad and Lenny. I told you guys Robzilla's innocent. McCuck isn't Jewish. No, McCuck is, he may have a Scottish name, but doesn't he brag about his dad being Puerto Rican or something? Some shit like that? Nate and Livia broke up again. I don't believe it. When was the last time you showered? I'd like to say today, but that would be a lie because I used the swimming pool at LA Fitness. Wait a minute. I did shower. After I got out of the swimming pool at LA Fitness, I did go in the shower to rinse off the chlorine. So technically I showered today. Now, I had my swimming trunks on, so I didn't use any soap, but I did rinse all the chlorine off my body in a nice warm shower. Now, does that count? I mean, I didn't use soap. I'll be honest with you. I did not use any soap. I just got in a nice warm shower to get the chlorine off my body. Ball stench. Did you piss in the pool? Well, I'm not going to answer that question because you guys will call the gym. When was the last time you got laid? Well, the last time I was in Florida. Jay, thoughts on Leo? I don't want to start the shit up with Leo. We got other shit going on. Well, I can explain that. Trained to be a freak, you used to trash me on his channel because he was trying to grow his channel and he was doing everything he fucking could to get an Order 66 because he's for being an offensive lineman, he's somewhat of an intelligent guy. And he's like, if I poke this Jay Masters guy with a stick, he's going to Order 66 me, and I'm going to get all this traffic to my page. And I saw right through his plan from the beginning. And if you guys remember, I wouldn't even mention his name. I mean, you guys would ask me about the videos what the shit he was saying, and I would say, who? You know, I'm not saying that guy's name. And so, and then, after I played that game for a while, that got boring. And then I figured out, you know what? Instead of Order 66 in this guy, why not just throw out a fucking olive branch and, maybe try and help him the old-fashioned way. And that's when him and I came to a fucking whatever we got. I don't know what we got. If it's gay love or maybe we could have man sex, but we came to a resolution, like he doesn't need to be trashing me like that. I'm not going to Order 66 you. I see right through your plan. Let me help you out the right way, and to just come on my channel and talk and be intelligent and get people interested to go to your channel. I mean, Robzilla got a drug problem, but deep down seems like an all right dude. Yeah, dude, seriously, how old is Robzilla? I don't really know. I don't even think Robzilla is 30. All right? Robzilla's not even 30 years old, is he? All right? So everyone cut Rob some fucking slack because men are complete jackasses in their 20s. Obviously, some of us are still jackasses into our 50s, but some people grow up. How much coke is Rob doing every week? I have no idea. Order 66, Leo. What's wrong with you guys? I just told you we got too much shit going on to try and fuck with Leo. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Leo did a pretty good job making Dave Palumbo look like a fucking idiot. So, it's pretty much why I haven't been saying shit about Leo. Because an enemy of my enemy is my friend. And after I saw the missing links, Leo making Dave Palumbo look like a fucking moron. And I'm not even saying Dave Palumbo's my enemy, but he is Mr. G's fucking butt buddy. So, in that whole Rat Pack, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem against those guys, but they all back Mr. G. So, you know what? I'm backing Lenny. And so, when Leo made Dave Palumbo look stupid, I completely backed off anything I had to say about Leo. That's just how I operate. That's how I interpret the art of war. To quote the great Adam McCloud, maybe someday me and Leo can break bread. But I don't know, though. I heard all these terrible things that Leo said about Amin's stepson who died. I hope that's not true. That's something I would do. Order 66 Cassidy. I haven't seen the podcast. A lot of people told me it was boring. I don't think Cassidy Campbell appeals to misfit maniacs. I think that's the problem. What's a good cycle to start on? Test and equipoise is always the best cycle for a beginner. Because you're gonna get some nice gains relatively fast from the testosterone, and equipoise is a very slow muscle builder, which might help you keep some of those gains once you go on PCT, post-psychotherapy. Especially if you're young. Like, yeah, you want to get huge fast, test and D-ball. But I don't care what kind of PCT you do. You come off a D-ball cycle, you're crashing hard, brother. Whereas on a EQ cycle, those are going to be gains, that you can try and keep. Remember, gains that you keep are the ones that matter. Anybody can be fucking huge on stage. How big are you in the off season? Look how small Big Rammy is right now off his synthol. He looks terrible. Tan 10 semen is a good cycle. Jay, who would we order 66 then? Well, I don't want to issue an order 66 on Adam McCloud because there's going to be a certain faction of trolls that are saying, Jay, you're not a real misfit anymore. Brad kicked you out. You don't have any 66 powers. So I don't want to get in the politics of that. If I just state the facts and let the Ruckus Boys do what the Ruckus Boys do, I'm fine by that. I'm just here to spit the truth. Let the chips fall where they may. You know, there's absolute losers out there that think Adam McCloud is more of a misfit than me because, you know, he's buddies with Brad. Jay, call the order already. Well, I would love to call an order 66 on Adam McCloud. Put it that way. See, Midwest side Hustis just said you're not a real misfit. So, see, it backfires on me if I call an order 66 on McCuck. I'm not a real misfit, according to Brad. Jay is too much of a misfit to be a misfit. That's a great quote right there. Jay is too much of a misfit to be a misfit. I like that quote right there. Stop smoking, asshole. I'd like to. Unfortunately, when I get wound up, a couple cigarettes feel good. I only smoke about 3 days a week. The 4 days a week you guys don't see me, I don't smoke. The bee just said you already lost to McCuck. Grain Damage wants to talk more about Echo Boys. Well, I'm a big fan of Echo Boys. Because I'm 52 years old. And doing the real harsh anabolics like Tren or Anadrol or Dianabol doesn't seem to work for me anymore. Like, I can do a shit ton of D-ball or Anadrol or Tren, and it doesn't seem to work. So, and I think that's age related. So why do I want to put my body through that if your body's not responding? So for me, at my point in life, Echo Boys, which is a real mild, real safe anabolic, it's just the natural choice for me. Now, right now, I'm not doing any Echo Boys because I haven't given blood. I'm currently cruising on Primobolan, which is a little bit more androgenic than Echo Boys. And I'll give you guys an honest review of Primobolan. I think it's highly overrated. I mean, everyone thinks Primobolan is God's gift to steroids. It's really not that much better than Equipoise. Um, they say it's a little bit more androgenic, which would be good for strength. And it, it, the only thing that's probably better about Primo than Equipoise is it doesn't have the blood building effect that EQ has. EQ is going to make your blood thick as fuck. What do you think of low dose Tren E for a long period of time, 12 to 16 weeks? Yeah, that's probably okay. Um, I personally think trenbolone is such a nasty compound. I almost think doing the tren acetate for a short period of time, almost treating tren acetate like an oral, would be a better approach. Get on it, hammer it, and then get off it. I gotta piss. Someone asked me, what's your dosages right now? Right now I'm doing some test entonate 300, and I've got some primobolan 200, and the syringes I currently have are only 2.5 cc. They're not a full 3 cc. And the shot I did this morning is pretty much identical to the shot I did last week. I fill up the shot halfway with test E 300 and primo E 200, half and half. So I'm doing about 1.25 cc of test, 1.25 cc of primo a week, and that's it. Because I don't want to waste gear. I mean, dude, I benched 225 for 15 this morning. I'm not exactly strong. So why waste gear? McCuck has taken Jay's place at the Misfit table. No, I disagree with that 100%. The person that's taken my place at the podcast, the person who sits in my seat almost every single week is Robzilla. So you're 100% wrong. And I'm behind Robzilla being on the podcast in place of me 100%. If Brad refuses to let me on the podcast, because Brad owns the podcast equipment, there's no one I'd rather have sitting in my seat than Robzilla. Thoughts on parabolin? Parabolin is basically Tren Hex, which is a super long-acting ester. And I had the fortune of doing some real parabolin from France, pharmaceutical parabolin in the glass ampules. I believe I did that shit in must have been 1989 or 88. Would have been the fall of 88. Yeah, the fall of 88. I did some real French paraballing. And they were 76 milligram ampules. And I did 2 a week. So what's that? 152 milligrams of Trend Hex, which is parabolin. And the information I had at the time in 1988 said that trenbolone is such a receptor hog. Basically, anything you stack with trenbolone, you might as well just flush down the toilet, because tren is a receptor hog. Tren is going to occupy your receptors and not let anything else get in there. Now that's somewhat true. But if I could go back to 1988, so in 1988, when I did that parabolin cycle, I didn't even do any test. I did a parabolin only cycle because from what I read, anything I stacked with parabolin would have been a waste of gear. And if I could go back to 1988, I would have done a little test with it. But I'll tell you what, I did real parabolin in 1988. I was young. I remember I got my bench up to 470 in 1988 on 152 milligrams of parabolin a week. And that's all I was doing. So yeah, that's strong shit. What do you think about Train to Be a Freak versus Robzilla? I don't really want to get into that. I know that here's what I will say. Robzilla is much younger than me. I wouldn't want to fight Robzilla in a street fight because he's a younger man. And most of the time, the younger man is just probably going to win if you're of somewhat equal size. And Robzilla is a big boy. He's 6'2", so he's got 2 inches of height on me. He's 240, which is big enough. At 240, you're big enough to beat up anybody. If all you want to do is beat people up, you don't really need to get any bigger than 240. So Robzilla could probably beat me up. I admit that. And I'm not ashamed of that. He's, what, 20-something years old? I got nothing to be ashamed of. Now, Train to Be a Freak, I don't really know anything about him except for what I've heard on his channel, that he's 6'2", and he said he's a little overweight right now. He said he's 275. He claims that he would be in real good shape at about 240, and that he was an offensive lineman in high school. I don't even know how old Train to Be a Freak is. No, Robzilla is not 6'4". Robzilla is 6'2". I've been around Robzilla. He's 2 inches taller than me. Train to Be a Freak is 34. Well, at 34, you're about peak strength. Train to Be a Freak is about as tough as he's ever going to be right now at 34. And if he's an out of shape, washed up high school offensive lineman that's clinging on to the glory days, might be able to kick my ass, but I mean, he's not like some kind of deadly person that I would be afraid of. Even if he could kick my ass, Still not afraid of him. So I don't know. Could be a good fight. Could be I generally think when it comes to guys over 220 pounds, the smaller guy usually wins. Honestly. I mean, you got some guy that's 220 wanting to fight a guy that's 270. A lot of times the guy that's 220 is just as strong and quicker and a better athlete. Jay, you can't fight. You'll just fake another injury. I didn't fake that injury, you cocksucker. See, Lenny and Mr. G, that's an interesting fight because Lenny is huge and slow and has no mobility. But Lenny can endure an enormous amount of pain. Mr. G, even though he's ancient, he's 63 years old, and he's much smaller, much quicker, and a much better athlete. So I really can't call that fight because I don't know how Lenny's going to respond. But I'll tell you what, Mr. G is going to land a bunch of punches to Lenny's face. And I think Lenny can take it, honestly. Like Lenny said, look at my neck. You're not Mr. G is probably not going to knock Lenny out. But Mr. G is probably going to bloody Lenny's nose because he's smaller and quicker. It's just the way fights work. Just kick Lenny in his shins. I don't think Lenny has any feeling in his shins. Jay, my wrestling coach coached at Michigan for a while. That's impressive because Michigan's a pretty good little wrestling college. I don't know. Yeah, I think Lenny probably would do better against Mr. G in a traditional boxing match. Um, just based on the fact where if Mr. G has any grappling skills, he's going to be able to shoot in on there and grab Lenny in a double leg takedown. And Lenny's a big guy, and he's very top heavy. So if you got quickness and athletic ability, and you can shoot in there and get Lenny on a double leg takedown, he's going down. You know, there's no way Lenny can get out of a double leg takedown. He's going to be basically defenseless at that moment. Jay the expert, but lives the life of a lonely drunk. Yeah, pretty much true. Um, no, but I see things realistically. I mean, look what happened between me and McCuck. I put on the gloves against McCuck, and I wound up hurting myself. I couldn't compete. But if that would have been a street fight, McCuck would have been a dead man in about 15 seconds. See, I fucked up. I challenged McCuck to a boxing match, and then McCuck, using his private account, January 20 or December 26, 11 a.m., Sweetwater Creek Park or whatever park he, and he would not negotiate. And I should have never, ever have agreed to McCuck's terms, but the cocksucker wouldn't negotiate. We should have done that fight in a ring. I would have killed him. McCuck is a cancer to the misfits. Well, McCuck is a cancer to himself. McCuck needs his ass whooped properly. I agree. McCuck needs to learn to shut his fucking mouth. What McCuck did to the Big Lenny channel, not forgivable. McCuck deliberately fed someone else with a YouTube channel bad information to make the Big Lenny channel less profitable. I mean, come on, man. He set out to deliberately hurt Lenny. So, Lenny's a friend of mine. Lenny talks a lot of shit about me. Lenny loves to get on the podcast, talk shit about me. I don't let it bother me. Lenny is an instigator. He's a lot like myself. He likes to rile up other people and stir up controversy. So I don't let Lenny bother me. I don't take shit Lenny says personally. So it is what it is. But yeah, I gotta piss again. Why is he skipping the good questions and comments? I'm not skipping shit, bro. Can't read every single thing. It machine dildoing. Jason Genova, what the fuck does that mean? McCuck is a boxing legend. That's awesome. No, I mean, the whole McCuck thing, I got. McCuck fucking went on his private channel, issued a time, a date, and a place, and then hid behind his private channel, so I couldn't negotiate. So and I got. I fell into it. I mean, I should have stood my ground and said, "Fuck you, McCuck. We're doing this at a fucking gym in a ring." But I was stupid, and I admit I was stupid. I should have never agreed to that bullshit at the park, because if you watch the video, he's running away the whole time. If I would have got that fucking little asshole up against the ropes, he would have been a dead man. But you know what? It is what it is. I agreed to his terms because I didn't have a choice. And then I wound up chasing him around the ring, fucking overextending my throws. That's how I got hurt. Has Linda ever had big black cock semen in her bottom? Only with my permission. McCuck called himself the bully slayer. What? Of course he did. And, you know, the conservative Cuban and I were texting earlier today, and the Cuban was like beside himself. Like, why the fuck didn't McCuck just ride off into the sunset after December 26th? You know, or, you know, and then he went on like 2 consecutive podcasts running his mouth. The Cuban's like, you know, Brad made it so that you couldn't tell your side of the story, but they allowed McCuck on the podcast. McCuck was at his high point. He should have just, you know, he had a child on the way. He's battling cancer. He should have just got out while he was on top and gone silent and walked off into the sunset. But the guy can't help himself. He wants to try and stay relevant in the Genovaverse, and everybody fucking hates him. So McCuck gets what he deserves. Jay, show us your gun. No, not going to do that. Jay, how much weight have you gained since the fight in the park? I don't remember what I was weighing that day. I think today I weighed like 326 or 328, something like that. Why wasn't the Cuban on the podcast? Well, 2 weeks ago, they told the Cuban, because that was right after the Mr. G bullshit. Like, hey, man, you're not going to get much of a chance for the fans to get to know you, you know, because we got so much shit to talk about. And I think that's legitimate. And then the other day, Cassidy Campbell happened to come into town, and the Cuban is local. The Cuban runs into Lenny at the gym all the time. They can get the Cuban on the podcast anytime they want. Cassidy Campbell was only going to be in town for a short period of time. So I really don't think the Misfits slighted the Cuban. I think it was just the timing was just wrong. I mean, Cassidy Campbell's not going to be in town next week. Mr. G isn't going to call out Lenny next week. So we'll see if Brad has an excuse next week. Cassidy Campbell is peak cringe. I didn't listen to the podcast with Cassidy Campbell. I really didn't. I really can't stand Cassidy Campbell's videos. I find that kind of humor, I don't find it funny, to be honest. Nothing against Cassidy. I just don't find his videos entertaining. He's a little white boy humor. Well, that's fine. I'm surprised Cassidy Campbell hasn't got his ass kicked doing some of the videos he does. But whatever. The Gumball Bandit. Did you hear Lenny call out Rob in the podcast for always falling asleep at the wheel? It's none of my business. Big Rob tried to copy Cassidy. Yeah, but nobody did Getting Loud in the City better than Big Rob. I mean, Cassidy Campbell should try and copy Big Rob. I mean, Getting Loud in the City, that video is fucking the epic of fucking mints. I mean, nobody gets loud in the city like Big Rob. See that right there? That's a crack house. Fuck. That was fucking awesome. Cassidy loves John Bravo. I like Johnny Bravo too. He's Johnny Bravo is a nice guy. I mean I like him. But, you know, I mean Johnny Bravo has a douchiness to him that to someone like me who really doesn't care. I can take somebody who's a little douchey and I don't let it bother me. For some reason, John Bravo's douchiness doesn't bother me. I like John Bravo. You know, some of you guys may hate John Bravo. It's personal preference, man. Don't watch his shit if you don't like his shit. I like Johnny Bravo's douchiness. I find it fucking funny. We all have different tastes. Jay wants John's cock. No, I want John's fucking 428 Super Cobra Jet fucking Mustang. Yeah, I can't believe Bravo wants to sell that car. I saw Bravo posted something that he's going to be at Barrett Jackson this weekend. Such a douche. For what Bravo's got invested in that car, I doubt he's going to make any money because that car it is what I call a resto mod. Like it's fucking a sweet car, but it's not restored back to stock or factory specs. It's been restored and made awesome to a modified condition. And unless the person is looking for a car modified exactly the way you modified it, you're actually hurting the value. Bravo, if that's a real 428 Super Cobra Jet Mustang fastback, he should have restored it to bone stock, and that thing would be worth a fucking mint. But it's modified, and unless you find the perfect buyer that likes everything you've done, you're not going to get your money back ever. I gotta piss again. Piss like a freak. Yeah, I do piss a lot. Jay is the pinnacle of white Western men. I don't know about that. Rex just sent $1.99. Where's your mint condition patella tendon, Jay? Um, they're doing better than most people. I mean, 2 years after my surgery, I can squat 225 for 12. I mean, look at all the people that can't squat 225 for 12 and go parallel on every single fucking rep. I mean, I can squat better than Brad or Lenny, and neither one of them have had a catastrophic injury. Lenny can't take a single rep to parallel with 225. And Brad, if Brad went down to parallel with 225 on the first rep, there's no way he's getting 11 more to the same depth. So I'm fine, man. I need an ice pack immediately. Yeah, Jay, thoughts on Penn State's defensive end Jason Owen running a 4:38 laser timed 40 at 260? Wow, that's a dangerous man. Jay, you look like the receptionist for Monsters, Inc. That's a good one. Jay knows it all while knowing nothing, while having nothing. He's like a wise monk. Yeah, kind of. That's a good analogy. Do you think Leo has slept with hundreds of women? No. I don't think many people have slept with hundreds of women. I mean, if you slept with a different girl once a week, which is, I think, pretty good, it would take you literally 2 years to sleep with hundreds of women. And how many guys have that kind of streak where you go 2 years sleeping with a different chick once a week? Hundreds is easy for gay guys. Well, yeah. Three in 24 hours. Dude, I think I slept with 3 different chicks in the same day once in my life. Once. And I think to get that third, I had to make a phone call and get a steady reliable to come over. just so I could get the third. Otherwise, the third would have never happened. I think third, like Dale. Slam pigs. What's a slam pig? Like a chick that just wants to get fucked by anybody all the time? I like that term. I'll tell you. No, I won't tell you. Why do you guys want to hear this gumball machine story? It's a stupid fucking story. You're scared of Rob. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to fight Rob. Fuck. Not stupid. Rex wants to know, should I go to spring break or train? Help. It depends on your stage of life, bro. I mean, are you a college athlete where a week of training, eating, and sleeping might help you take your game to the next level? Then I would say fuck spring break. Spring break is for cookie cutters. But if you're just a novice, I mean, go have a good time. Did you have the do-rag on when you stole the gumball machine? No. Back in those days, we wouldn't have worn do-rags. We would have had the bandana rolled up like a headband. Remember, that was 1987. We weren't into do-rags back then. We were into headbands, which is much gayer. What's the best cure for a hangover? Probably sleep. Do you ever talk to Jason? No, I don't talk to Jason ever. But I've been chatting with his mom. Thoughts on Aladdin's video? I haven't seen anything from Aladdin lately. You like Jason though? Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind Jason. I mean, I don't like being around Jason for much more than maybe 30 minutes, but I don't mind Jason. He's a pretty harmless kid. I mean, unless you're stupid enough to send him money. Kissing Rob's ass like a little bitch. You only pick on people you think you can beat up. That's the definition of a coward. No, actually, a man can admit if he's over the hill, which I am, and a younger guy, which Rob is, might be tougher. I mean, we don't know. I mean, what if I got lucky and broke Rob's nose? I mean, but I'm not going to take that chance. I don't want to go rolling around on the goddamn pavement. You couldn't break McCuck. Well, that's because McCuck's face was being protected by me wearing boxing gloves. Get that through your thick fucking head. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese Ranch just said something. I thought Jay was playing patty cakes during the bout. Yeah, dude, I altered my technique during the McCuck fight to try and land as many shots to his head in as short of a time as possible, because I realized I wasn't going to have the endurance to go 3 rounds. And I wasn't going to sit there and spar with McCuck, because I knew what McCuck's plan was to wear me out. And whatever, I wound up hurting myself. I can't second judge my decision. I did what I thought was right at the time. I didn't know I was going to pull a pec. Remember, we had boxing gloves on. I had to do what I had to do. Would I have done that if we didn't have gloves on? No. If we didn't have gloves on, I would have grabbed McCuck, taken him to the ground, and pounded his fucking face. Fought like a granny. Yeah, I guess I kind of did. It's a horrible display of boxing. I understand that. Jay, would you lose weight to be handsome to fight anyways? I don't know what that means. Who would win, Rob or Train to be a Freak? I have no idea. Rob's no spring chicken. Train to be a Freak is in his prime. But Train to be a Freak even admitted that he's out of shape. So I think right now, Big Rob Fitness would probably whoop his ass. Big Rob Fitness is in shape. I don't know if you guys have watched Big Rob Fitness's videos. That guy might not be strong, but that guy does like 40 fucking sets per workout. I always, even when I was younger, trying to get bigger and stronger, I always believed you should call your workout at 20 sets. And that's including your warm-up sets. That's including those bullshit sets of 135. You count every single fucking set. Once you get to 20 sets, you might as well go eat. Leo and Aladdin are going at it just now. Huh. Well, I got to side with Aladdin. I like Aladdin. He's a very, very nice person, very modest. If you met Aladdin, um, you would never know that He has money. He is quiet. He's soft spoken. He's fucking polite. Um, I got no problems with Aladdin at all. Aladdin has exposed Leo. Well, good. What the fuck you guys want from me? Lenny and Dale, who will win a fight? Um, I would have to pick Lenny in that one. Dale's just too short. I mean, there's no way Lenny. There's no way that Dale could box Lenny. Um, Dale would have to be standing on a fucking telephone book to even get close to punching Lenny in the jaw. And I don't think Dale's short little arms could even hurt Lenny, to be honest. Jesus Christ. Beef Lewis, what's up? Housey from Montana. Body shots hurt a little. Yeah, I guess they do. I mean, we're all getting up there in age. We need to stop talking about fighting. Fuck. I'm 52. I don't want to fight anybody anymore. Delray Ripper talks shit about McCuck on their podcast. Who's the Delray Ripper? I think Dale is a complete clown. Like, I hope Dale stays true to his word and gets in the best shape of his life for the Ruby and goes for the win. I really hope he does. If Dale gets in the best shape of his life and goes for the win at the Ruby, that would make me happy. I just think Dale is such an egotist. Dale tries to get himself involved in the heavyweight ranks when he's a midget. Oh shit, just see Aladdin's rant. Have to watch later though. Hope Lenny or Rob leaves it up. Well, Aladdin has my 100% support. But I also like to suck up to Aladdin a little bit because he's got that 454 Corvette I want to drive. Aladdin is greater than Lath all day. Fuck Lath. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think I'm going to build another muscle car. I think what would be way cooler for the bedroom bully is if I got an old Dodge 3/4 ton with a Cummins turbo diesel, built up that Cummins to about 1,000 horsepower, blowing fucking black smoke out. You know, I could build a 3/4 ton Dodge with a Cummins turbo diesel that would blow Dale's Mustang out of the water, blow Bravo's Mustang out of the water, and maybe even chase down fucking PJ's Hellcat. Those Cummins trucks are fast as fuck. It's so easy to make 1,000 horsepower with a Dodge truck, and a lot cheaper than building a goddamn muscle car. And plus, with an old Dodge 3/4 ton, I could put a camper on the back and not be homeless. Move out of my mom's house. I could build a fucking Dodge 3/4 ton with a Cummins turbo diesel and put a camper on the back. World's fastest house on wheels. Homeless trucker with the world's fastest house on wheels. Aladdin's two-stage carpet. What? Is it two-stage turbo? I don't know. Aladdin's got a pretty sweet 454 Corvette. I'm not seeing the comments. Father, I have sinned. I can forgive a lot of sins as long as you didn't put that dick in your mouth or let that dick in your ass. Look at my fucking hair. I think that biotin is working. That's looking thick as fuck up top. Thick as fuck. I'd like to see Aladdin's rant against Leo. I don't know. I mean, Aladdin took pretty goddamn good care of Lenny. And unfortunately, Aladdin had to go back to Canada because of COVID-19. And That's when people started taking advantage of Lenny. I don't think Aladdin was around for the biogain bullshit. But I don't know. I'm not involved enough with that to be around there, you know? Never since Brad kicked me out of the Misfits, you know, I don't have as much contact. Maybe if Brad wouldn't have kicked me out of the Misfits, you know, maybe I could be helping out Lenny a little bit more, but I'm trying to do the best I can from the road. That's why I did this live stream, to try and bring it to everyone's attention about the lie that Train to Be a Freak did. I'm here to help out the Big Lenny channel. I'm not competing against the Big Lenny channel. I got my own channel. It doesn't make sense to compete against the Big Lenny channel. It makes sense to help build the Big Lenny channel. And then, you know, the people behind the Big Lenny channel will try and help build my channel. Get it? Plus, I feel bad for Robzilla, because I think that the trolls are just picking on him, and you know, I know Rob brings a lot of this bullshit on himself, but come on, man. Lenny loves Robzilla, and Robzilla genuinely likes the Misfits. Rob just reacts poorly sometimes. Like Rob, and if Rob is watching, Rob, I don't want you to think I'm picking on you, but Rob will try and get snarky with me, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, Rob, I'm on your side. Why are you getting snarky with me? I'm trying to fucking stick up for you. I'm trying to help you. Now you want to be snarky with me? I mean, come on, man. Rob should be like, you know, Big J, he's the man. That's what Big Rob should say, or Robzilla. I said Big Rob. Robzilla should do a video and saying, Big J's the man. Big J speaks the truth. That would be awesome. Because I do speak the truth. I don't really give a fuck. I got a job. I don't need this YouTube to live off. I mean, according to you guys, I get an allowance from my mom. I don't need this money. I'm getting $500 a week from my mom, right? According to you guys, I get $500 a week from my mom. That's more than YouTube's going to pay. So I speak the fucking truth. And a lot of people don't like the truth. They can't handle the truth. You know, they want to think about things like in a kinder, gentler way. You know, fuck it. Fuck kind and gentle. I do think we could all get along better, honestly. I mean, but with the exception of McCuck, he is so deceiving. And to quote Train to Be a Freak, behind the scenes, McCuck does dastardly things behind the scenes to try and make himself look better. And dude, You don't need to do things like that behind the scenes. The only people that need to do dastardly shit behind the scenes are people that aren't relevant. Okay? I mean, come on, man. I don't need to play the games McCuck is playing. I got my own channel. You know? McCuck had his own channel with that new Universal Order that he claims he sold. I have to shave my neck. Okay.
Damn racist, that'll get you going. You look tired, brother. Eat that and rest now. You look tired.
Trucker next to me gave me a Reese's peanut butter cup. That's probably got 3 grams of protein in it. This right here is the difference between missing that rep or making that rep. Could you beat up your 18-year-old self? Probably not in a million years. I was a crazy fuck at 18 years old.
Here, get on a couple of those. That'll kick you right in there.
I got a spoon. Thank you.
All right, God bless. Enjoy.
He just gave me some chocolate pudding. That's a good neighbor. How many people of you? That's a Genova sentence. How many people of you? How many of you people have a neighbor that gives you chocolate pudding? I like being a homeless trucker. I think that swimming pool bleached my hair, the chlorine. That's an awesome head of hair right there. What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Titus Gerosis sent $3.99. Guys, I'd like to read all the super chats, but you need to say something. Love thy neighbor, bring him pudding. There's a great Burt Reynolds movie from the 1970s, early 1970s. Not sure if it's White Lightning or if it's Gator, where he's out there swimming, skinny dipping off the dock, and he's staying at his buddy's place, and his buddy's wife comes out on the dock, and she's giving him breakfast while he's still in the water, and Bert is obviously naked, and I'm not saying you need to fuck your girlfriend's or your friend's girlfriend, but dude, if your girlfriend's if your best buddy's girlfriend comes out to the dock while you're skinny dipping, you know, Bert started asking her for some of that shaky pudding. Now, you don't have to be a genius to read behind the lines what shaky pudding means. I mean, that basically means pussy. I'm a huge Burt Reynolds fan. I mean, Smoking the Bandit changed my life. I went to go see Smoking the Bandit in the third grade at my buddy Greg Murphy's third grade birthday party. And I remember his mom picked us all up. It must have been the blizzard of fucking 78. Because I remember standing on a huge snowbank waiting to get picked up. And here comes Mrs. Murphy in this fucking badass fucking Chevy Caprice fucking station wagon. Probably had a small block 400 in it. And we crammed that thing full of fucking third graders. And she took us all to see Smoking the Bandit. And that movie changed my life. I mean, obviously I'm a trucker now. And I love Pontiac Trans Ams. Especially black ones. Not black third graders, black Trans Ams. Sally Field pulling off that wedding dress, throwing it out the fucking T-tops, putting her feet up on the dash. She had cute little feet. And Burt Reynolds starts making fun of her fucking legs. She says, "These are great legs. I'm a professional." And he says, "Well, maybe you shouldn't be wearing white." And and then it gets even better. She starts talking about her bullshit fucking off-Broadway career, dancing. And Bert says, "Cowboys love fat calves." And that's true. Cowboys do love fat calves. Because a calf is a young cow. So cowboys do love fat calves. Fat calves are healthy cows that are going to make it. But he made a joke about her legs. The chemistry between Burt Reynolds and Sally Field is amazing. You wouldn't understand that unless you're an old ass motherfucker like me. See, Brad don't like fat calves. Brad will learn. Jay, what's the origin of the foot fetish in general? I really don't know. I mean, I don't like all feet. Trust me. I mean, some women have nasty feet. What what's the definition of a chick with cute feet? I really couldn't tell you, but I know it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a chick and you're like, she's got cute feet. You just know they're cute. There's no rules. She just has cute feet. I mean, some guys are unconditional toe suckers. Like they don't care whose feet, what feet. They just want to suck toes. That's weird. That's a fetish. I just like girls with cute feet. Kyle Anderson sends $2. Eat the pudding, father. No, not eating the pudding. You don't have to be a toe sucker to appreciate a set of cute feet. Like, for example, if you're fucking a chick missionary style and you got your hands behind her ankles and she's got her toes curled and the bottoms of the soles of her feet are all wrinkled up, dude, come on, man. You're telling me that isn't going to help you come? I mean, come on, man. Everybody likes to see a chick with her toes curled and the bottoms of the soles of her feet all wrinkled up. You don't even have to be a toe sucker. Everybody likes that. Just admit it. Did you watch Leo get exposed yet? No, dude, I'm in live with you. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll tell you, I don't think Robzilla or Lenny will delete that because come on, man. Did Jane's feet taste yummy? Um, when you're drunk, you're not going to smell the feet. You did, you know, who's got a taste a sense of smell when you're wasted? Um, what I did at the Halloween party was all for the fans. You know, sometimes you're into a chick's feet, and sometimes you just do it for the camera. I mean, come on, man. I mean, how many of you guys are glad I licked Jane's toes? I mean, I'm sure all of you are. So why are you judging? I mean, come on, man. Fuck. Get over yourselves. I'm sure some of you have much freakier fucking fetishes. I mean, what if I like dirty feet? That'd be really disgusting. Even Brad licks asshole now. We don't know who's in charge of that relationship, you know? I mean, Brad was always against asshole licking. And then all of a sudden, Brad became an asshole licking advocate. So, you know, maybe the Taco Queen is dominant and she tells Brad, lick my asshole, boy. And Brad does what he's told. That's fine. And if you're really into a chick, I mean, really into a chick, and she's going to tell you what anything, and you're going to do it. You know, doesn't make you fucking gay. Doesn't make you a pervert. Doesn't even make you weird. You're just trying to come. You know, I mean, you can pretty much do anything in the bedroom, and as long as you can come, you can justify it. If someone makes fun of you, say, "Well, I got to come." It's the cuckolds that don't get to come that we can laugh at. I mean, I don't care what somebody does. You know, I don't care what a chick says or what you do. How bad you fucking degrade yourself. Did you come? Then it was worth it. Fuck it. I mean, if you're hooking up with a real hot chick and you're really into her and you really don't like feet, but this chick is hot and she says, "You want to eat my pussy, boy? You're gonna warm up your mouth with my toes first." What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, boy? Or what if you can't stand asshole? And but this chick's hot. You want to fuck her, and she says, "You're not gonna taste my pussy till you warm up with that mouth on my asshole." What are you gonna do, boy? What are you gonna do? I mean, come on, man. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get a nut. Let that chick pretend she's in charge. You're trying to get a nut. Then, as long as you get your nut, it's a victimless crime. No one can ever say shit, no matter what you did. As long as you didn't take a cock in the mouth or a cock in the ass. As long as you get your nut, you can justify it. Say, "I did what I had to do to get my nut." Always do what you got to do to get your nut. if that's what's important. I mean, come on, man. Get your nut. Worry about your pride later. Or just don't tell anybody. Keep it a secret. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? If you're ashamed of what you did, don't talk about it. It's that simple. If you're not ashamed of what you did, and you can justify it, well, I got my nut, then who can argue with that? Hello? You got your nut. That was your goal, right? You do what you got to do sometimes. Just depends, how horny you are, how into the chick you are. Fuck it. I mean, if you're seriously into a chick and you're totally turned on and you're an alpha male just raging on testosterone and all you want to do is get your nut, you're pretty much going to do anything that chick tells you to do to get your nut. So to try and draw a line in the sand like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Well, then I guess you didn't get your nut. How alpha are you? An alpha male is going to get his nut. Pure and simple. Oh. Can you help Lenny with his erectile dysfunction? No. Why did these comments won't stay up? I'm pissed off about it. Ghost Lord, what if she wants to peg you? Okay, that now we're getting into a fucking gray area. If a chick wants to peg you with a strap on, now we're into a much different criteria. But you got to remember, it's a plastic dick. It's not real. That don't make you gay. 2, is she hot? 3, how bad do you want to get your nut? So, I guess there's no golden rule, but I mean, if a chick wanted to peg you with a strap on, there's no rule you have to tell your buddies about it. I mean, Are you still going to get to fuck her? Are you still going to get to come? I mean, that's a judgment call, man. You know? A chick banging you with a plastic cock doesn't make you gay. That just makes you submissive to her. Nobody else. Nobody else is fucking you in the ass. Just this hot chick with this pussy you want to fucking drink. You know? She might be like, well, okay. I'll let you put that plastic dick in my ass. As long as I'm going to get to fucking drink from your fucking pussy and then fucking, get my nut. Who am I to judge? I've never been put in that situation. I mean, God forbid, if I was ever put in that situation where a chick was so fucking hot that all I could think about was getting my mouth on her pussy and coming. And she comes out with a strap on. I'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ, what did I get myself into? Fuck. That's when decision time comes. What are you capable of? What are you willing to do? It's a personal choice, brah. And a plastic dick doesn't make you gay. It just means, you're role playing. Yeah. Did you hook up with that chick last night? Yeah. What'd you guys do? We did a little role playing. Did you get a nut? Yep. Cool. Keep the conversation to that. Don't elaborate on it. You don't have to tell your buddies every fucking detail. Just say, yeah, she's a kinky bitch. We did a little role playing. Role playing in quotes. Yeah, so she banged you with the strap on. But shit. Once she got her nut, she let you have your way with her. Seems like a fair deal to me. I don't know. Broker your own fucking deal. I mean, it depends how bad you want to fuck the broad. Not. What if it's the size of your foot? Well, then no. I mean, you got to have your limits in the bedroom, like what you'll do and what you won't do. I mean, but if it's just you and another woman, fuck. I mean, decide for yourself. If it's just you and another woman, like not a threesome, not an orgy, if it's just you and another woman, there's pretty much nothing you could do that makes you a fag. I mean, I haven't really thought about it that deep, but sounds good, right? I mean, there's nobody else there, just you and another woman. Fuck it. She wants toe sucking, asshole licking, whatever. Go for it. Now, I'm 52 years old. I'm not into chicks on their period anymore. Like, have I done a chick on her period? Yes, I have. And I think it's disgusting. And I don't think I would do it now at 52 years old. I did it enough as a younger man. A chick on her period is gross. But for some of you younger guys, fuck it. Fuck it. Get in there. Get in there. Who cares? Remember, get your nut. I'm trying to think of other things. Like, I mean, just don't get her pregnant and wind up like Brad. You want to be like Brad? Don't get her pregnant. And you're going to have your own limits. Like, once you blow your load, all of a sudden, you're not up for a lot of shit. Like, if the chick says, like, well, after you come inside me, I'm going to fuck you with this strap on. And you'll be like, yeah, sounds good. I'm game for that. And then the minute you blow your load, you're like, no, I'm backing out on that. I mean, once you blow your load, all deals are off. See, any smart woman should know that, and she's gonna broker any kind of fucking kinky shit that you have to do before you get your nut. Otherwise, she's a moron, a total moron, like Mr. G. I mean, you can agree to anything you want if she's going to let you get your load first. Like say a chick says, well, I'll let you come inside me, but you're going to lick me clean. You're going to eat your own cream pie. Yeah, fuck yeah, sounds good. And then once you come, you're like, that sounds disgusting. I'm not doing that. No. I'm done. I'm out of here. And if she doesn't want to see you again, that's okay. You got your nut. But if you want to build a relationship with the girl, then you're cleaning up a cream pie. Your own. But still, once you nut, and I wouldn't even lick a girl's ass after my finger's been in there. I mean, the asshole is a self-cleaning unit. Once you break the seal, your mouth shouldn't go anywhere near it. Like if a chick wants her salad tossed, okay, I'm down with that. But not after I break the seal. Once a finger or a dick goes in there, my mouth ain't going nowhere near that asshole because the seal's been broke. got any more questions about sex? Jay, I'll super chat you $500 if you interview Pudding Guy on a stream. No, not going to happen. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? It's not even Jell-O brand pudding. It's fucking Walmart. Probably the same shit, but if I'm going to let some creepy old man suck my dick, he can at least get me real Jell-O brand pudding like Bill Cosby. Jell-O brand pudding. Dude, I think I see new hair growing. I think that biotin is working. Do you guys see all that darkness on my scalp? That looks like new hair growth from the biotin. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck. I got no comments. Jesus Christ. Go 8 hours live, bully. No. Jay, buy AMC stock. Ever fart while getting head? No. I'll tell you what. If you guys haven't ever had your fucking asshole fingered while giving head, whoa. And here's the deal. If you're in a relationship with a girl you want to marry and be with from the rest of your life, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you're still single, I would find yourself a dirty fucking girl. And while she's sucking your cock, tell her you want your asshole fingered. And then when she puts one in there and gets it loosened up, you tell her, you say, I'm a whore. I want 2 fingers. And then once that starts to feel real good, say, I'm a dirty fucking whore. Fuck me with 3 fingers. Get your orgasm in a girl's mouth while a chick finger bangs your ass with 3 fingers deep. Pretty good feeling. I highly recommend it. But don't go marrying that girl. I mean, come on, man. You want to wind up like Brad? Jay, has a girl ever farted in your face while doing 69? No. Never dealt with a fart during sex. Dealt with pussy farts. But never butthole farts. Now, it's funny how chick, you can be fucking the shit out of a chick, and she's gonna ignore pussy farts if you're fucking her real good. If you're fucking a chick and her pussy farts, you know you're with a filthy whore. You can't marry that girl. I mean, technically you could, but it's queefing, yeah. I don't deal with stink at my age. Fuck. I'll tell you what, I'd like to get Aladdin's point of view on what McCuck did. Because Aladdin did really good things for the Big Lanny channel. And when Aladdin went back to Canada, there was really no one to film for Lenny. And that's when McCuck swooped in. McCuck will prey on Lenny's vulnerability. Like, I know how McCuck thinks, because McCuck is a fucking dastardly son of a bitch. And he wants to be relevant in the Genovaverse really bad. McCuck is hoping you guys, fuck over Robzilla. And Robzilla will get fed up and quit filming for Lenny. And then McCuck will come back to save the day. Oh, God bless Adam McLeod. He's here. He's going to save the Big Lenny channel. How many times has that goddamn loser tried to do that? For Christ's sakes. Adam McLeod needs to be blown up off the fucking earth. It seems like every time there's drama with the Big Lenny channel, Adam McCloud tries to creep back in. You know, go back 2 years ago. Adam McCloud fucking moved back to Boca Raton to try and take over Big Lenny's channel. Don't remember? Think about it. McCuck is a fucking leech. And he's nothing, absolutely nothing, without the Big Lenny channel. And McCuck's only motive is to tear people away from Lenny when they're actually doing good things for Lenny. Because then McCuck creeps back in. And if you guys let it, you're fools. Train to Be a Freak actually brought up a good point. Lenny won't film for himself. So the only thing McCuck has is to create turmoil for anybody that's filming for Lenny. Then McCuck creeps back in. I mean, come on, man. Remember 2 years ago or longer when they first started the Big Lenny channel? Does anyone remember the coincidence that that's when McCuck decided to move back to Boca Raton? I mean, come on, man. McCuck was fine living, where was McCuck? In Tampa or wherever McCuck lived? And then Robzilla fucking started the fucking Big Lenny channel. And then Robzilla had, I don't know, I don't remember the reason, but Robzilla was getting out of it for personal reasons or whatever. McCuck moved his whole family back to Boca Raton. Coincidence? I think not. And then when Aladdin came into the picture, McCuck got pushed to the side. And then when Aladdin moved back to Canada, McCuck came creeping back in the picture. And then when Robzilla decided, you know what, I've grown up, I've changed, I'm ready to get back involved with the Big Lenny channel, McCuck gets pushed back into the fucking background. That's when McCuck starts misbehaving. McCuck is the ultimate opportunist when it comes to the Big Lenny channel. And personally, I think as long as the fans let McCuck do that, the fans are to blame. The fans need to take a fucking stand and say, you know what? We're not putting up with McCuck anymore. Honestly, I think that's the only solution, is the fans need to speak and say, you know what, Lenny, we love you, but if McCuck has anything to do with this channel, we're not. McCuck is a fucking cancer. He's a cancer to the Big Lenny channel. He's a cancer to the fucking Misfits. He's a cancer to himself. Fuck McCuck. personally would rather have Robzilla fucking doing his thing than anything to do with McCuck. Anything to do with McCuck. And if someone disagrees with me, like, no, we want McCuck back, put your name to that. If you want McCuck back in charge of the Big Lenny channel, don't say it on a troll account. Come out, with your name, your face, a picture, and say, no, I really want McCuck back. Because there won't be anybody. Not one single person in this whole world is going to put their picture, their real name behind an account and say, no, I really want Adam McCloud back in charge of the Big Lenny channel. Nobody. You need Robzilla. You want Robzilla. I like Robzilla. You might not like Robzilla, but you need Robzilla. Because, look, without Robzilla, you get McCuck. I mean, you guys thought you had it made in the shade when Aladdin was running the channel. Well, Aladdin lives in Canada. He couldn't stay. Sorry. I'd personally rather have Robzilla than McCuck any day of the fucking week, twice on Sundays. And if anybody disagrees with me, I'd love to hear about it. I know I'm getting redundant, but I'm actually very proud of Robzilla today. He posted that screenshot of Adam McCloud pussing out to a boxing match. Thank you, Robzilla. Thank you. Adam McCloud is a pussy. I mean, come on, man. Nobody wants Adam McCloud around anymore. We can work with Robzilla. Robzilla is a young man. And I don't let anything Robzilla does or say really get under my skin because he's in his 20s. He's on high levels of drugs, and he's in his 20s. He's gonna run his mouth. Good. We like that. I want Robzilla to be young and energetic and running his fucking mouth. That's what the Del Rey Misfits need. Not Adam fucking McCloud. I mean, come on, man. You guys that are wanting to try and fucking troll Robzilla are fucked. Because look at the history of the Big Lenny channel. When you chase somebody away, it's always Adam McCloud sneaking his way back in. Nobody wants Adam McCloud. So I've said it before. I've said it a dozen times. I've said it 100 times. Be careful what you wish for, because if you guys do what you do and try and chase off everybody that's not perfect, you wind up with Adam fucking McCloud. You want perfect? Perfect don't exist, bro. Perfect don't exist. You want the perfect person running the Big Lenny channel? I mean, come on, man. Who in their fucking right mind wants to dedicate their life to running the Big Lenny channel? Nobody. So be careful what you wish for. You don't like Robzilla? Well, fucking deal with it. Fucking deal with it. I'm backing Robzilla 100%. I've said it numerous times, because the alternative is McCuck. You want McCuck? We can give you McCuck. Oh, we can give you McCuck. You want McCuck? We can give you McCuck. But who wants that? Who the fuck wants that guy? Robzilla is fucking young, energetic, entertaining. He provides the mints. You know, I think Robzilla is gonna grow in age and be an awesome man. You know, he's in his 20s. You know, almost all of us, pretty much all of us, were jackasses in our 20s. You expect Robzilla to be perfect? Well, you're a fucking moron. You want Adam McCloud? Adam McCloud is a proven product to be a loser. Rob hasn't shown us what Rob can be. Rob is an aspiring talent. Rob is changing and growing with every single fucking day. Adam McCloud's a proven product, a loser. And if you guys don't agree with me, then go fuck yourselves. I don't care. I mean, it's not my channel. Seriously, it's not my channel. You want to ruin the Big Lenny channel? Go ruin the Big Lenny channel. Just don't bring down my channel with it. I'd like to see McCuck fucking run off the fucking internet. The guy's a cancer. He is cancer. He's cancer to himself, his family, anybody he touches. He's cancer. Whoa, I just saw. Lenny is dying on his own channel, you fucking moron. Drugged on every episode. Well, I can't help that. I can't help that. What do you want me to do? I'm just Big J, homeless trucker that lives at my mom's. I'll tell you what. Speaking of fucking McCuck and McCuck's little circle of friends, I saw Kim Haynes. You guys remember Kim Haynes? She was bragging on her channel about $1,400 per kid. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Kim Haynes, she adopted 5 of her grandkids. Okay? What's $1,400 times 5? And Kim Haynes doesn't even work. She's living off of fucking her third husband and government money she gets from adopting 5 kids. She is a total fucking succubus on the fucking system. Kim Haynes is going to get $1,400 stimulus on 5 kids she adopted because her daughter is a fucking junkie. That's a fucking scam. Kim Haynes doesn't even fucking work. Kim Haynes hasn't lost a nickel during the pandemic. And the government's going to give her $1,400 and all 5 of her grandkids $1,400? For fucking Christ's sakes. That's why Joe Biden sucks. Kim Haynes has got a big fucking payday coming. It's not right. Kim Haynes has a payday coming because her daughter's a fucking loser and Kim had to adopt her own grandchildren. So Kim is going to get $1,400 on all 5 grandchildren? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is that? Come on, man. Those of you guys, not all of you may like Trump. I mean, I get it. A lot of you guys may hate Trump. I'm not telling you to suck Trump's dick. But Joe Biden? I mean, come on, man. A fucking whore like Kim Haynes is going to get fucking $1,400 for the 5 kids she adopted because her daughter's a fucking drug addict? That's not fair. How's that fair? I mean, you're a bad mom, a delinquent mom. You raise a drug addict for a kid. You have to adopt her kids. Now you're getting paid and you weren't even working because you're living off your third husband? I mean, do the math. That's not fucking fair. How is that fucking even fucking right? That a tramp like Kim Haynes can be a slut mom who raises a drug addict for a kid that can't raise her own kids. So she has to raise her drug addict kids as her own kids by adopting them. And then she gets paid $1,400 a kid times 5. I mean, come on, man. Kim Haynes is getting a huge payday for basically being a bad mom. If she was a good mom, her kid wouldn't be a fucking opiate addict, and she wouldn't have adopted those grandkids, and she wouldn't be getting that $1,400 times 5. This whole COVID payday thing is fucked. Dirtbags are the ones making out on it. Working people are getting fucked. I know a lot of you guys, especially you younger guys, hate Republicans. Oh, Republicans, they just work for the rich. Really? I'm not rich. But my tax dollars got to go towards fucking Kim Haynes getting $1,400 for each of her 5 grandkids she had to adopt because she was a bad mom. Come on, man. Go fuck yourself. That math don't add up to me. $1,400 is a lot of fucking money. I mean, what Joe Biden just passed a $1.9 trillion fucking stimulus bill. Okay? There's only 335 million people in America. Okay? He could have given every American $1 million, and that would have been $339 million, which is a lot of money. We don't even have that. But every American could have been a millionaire for $339 million. Joe Biden fucking signs a bill, not for 1.9 billion, but 1.9 trillion dollars. Okay? 1.9 trillion dollars. Do you guys have any idea how many zeros are behind a trillion? We only have 335 million people. 335 million. And they sign a bill for 1.9 trillion, not billion, but trillion with a T. Do you understand what the Democrats are doing? I mean, come on, man. They could have signed a bill for 335 million and just given every American $1 million. We all would have been millionaires for 339 million. That's a third of a billion. They didn't write that drill for a billion. For a third of a billion, we all could have got $1 million. For a third of a billion. They didn't write it for a billion. They didn't write it for 100 billion. They didn't write it for 999 billion. They didn't write it for 100 billion. They wrote it for what's 1.9 trillion, like almost 2,000 billion. I mean, come on, man. We've been bamboozled. Absolutely bamboozled. America's fucked. If you got kids, your kids are fucked. We don't have $2 trillion. Does anyone understand where that 1.9 trillion comes from? We don't have that. We borrow that. And the people that borrow our debt are mostly the Chinese. So for these lousy $1,400 stimulus checks, the Chinese basically are going to own another 1.9 trillion of our debt. I'll be dead. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't got kids. My kids and their kids are not going to be slaves because I don't have kids. But those of you that have kids, dude, we're going to be slaves to the Chinese because we can't ever pay this money back. You wonder why the Democrats do things like, oh, we're going to cancel the XL pipeline for the environment. What? Have you guys seen what fuel prices are? Not the real price of oil. Fuel prices are based on speculation. So the speculators are saying that we're fucked. Okay? So the speculators are saying we're fucked. That's why diesel's fucking $3.75 a gallon already. We're almost back to Obama economy. I'd rather have a president who said some bad things and tweeted some bad things than going back and kissing the rest of the world's ass. Big J throwing truth bombs. Look, I don't give a fuck. I live with my mom, which is a joke. None of this is going to affect my life. But your kids are fucked. Your kids and their kids are fucked. Joe Biden is selling us out to the Chinese. It's not right, man. It's not right at all. You know, some of you people are, think you care about the environment. Tell me how paying $4 a gallon for gasoline this summer is going to help the environment. If anybody can give me a valid reason why paying $4 a gallon for gasoline this summer is going to help the environment, let me know. Because I'm ignorant. I don't understand it. I look at the science, and I personally believe the sun, you know that huge thing in the sky that's basically a huge nuclear fusion fucking planet, not even a planet, like a fucking monster. The sun is nothing but a monster, a nuclear fusion monster. That's what decides our climate. Like, do you think that like me smoking cigarettes or my truck affects the climate? You're a moron. Look up in the sky. That thing that you call the sun, that's who calls the shots. Like, we can stop all coal burning today. And if the sun gets pissed off and has a solar storm on the surface of the sun, that's going to affect our climate more than fucking anything. More than cattle farting or anything. I mean, the Democrats think that cattle farts are affecting our climate. I'm not kidding. The Democrats think that cattle gas, the gas from our cattle farms, the farting from our cattle is affecting the climate. That's how stupid Democrats are. And and the only reason they have any power behind them is because they think, oh, well, you're racist, or you're homophobic, or you don't like women. So they get these small little groups to vote for them. The radical feminists, those chicks with the fucking purple hair and the nose rings, and they're so overweight, no man would ever fuck them. Those are feminists. And they get the Black Lives Matter behind them, when most black people fucking care more about the economy than they do about being black. Black people that I know just want to make a good living. They don't give two fucks about being black. They'd rather just make a goddamn wage. And then they got the gays. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whole thing's a fucking disaster. They're using the environment and this hate politics to fuck over the fucking country. And honestly, I don't really hate anybody. I mean, to be honest. I mean, do I hate black people? No. Do I hate women? No. Do I hate homos? No. But the Democrats want everybody to believe that if we don't pander to their agenda, the white heterosexual man is going to ruin the planet. I mean, it makes no fucking sense. None. I mean, I know a lot of you younger guys are like, well, Jay, you're not evolved. You're a typical Western man. Come on, man. Open your fucking mind. If we ruin this economy and absolutely tank this economy, tell me how that's going to help women and minorities. I'm waiting. If we tank the economy, tell me how that's going to help women and minorities and the trans, or the, what do they call that? LGBTQ fucking, I don't know anymore, fucking alphabet group. We're all fucked. We're all fucked. That's what the government does. It is they try and, like, wow, we got to blame the white guys. They've been in power all this time, and they're fucking all their white women, and they're eating steak, and they hunt, and they like guns, and they're bad. Okay. Even if we completely caved in to the fucking progressive left, we're not changing the fucking environment. You're not changing the fucking sun. You think Dale Chance running around in an F-250 with a V10, spitting tobacco and shooting deer is affecting the environment? I mean, come on, man. Give me a break. The sun controls the environment. And when you people are such sheep that you think that, like, tranny rights or giving money to fucking black farmers is going to help the environment, is going to change things, you're a moron. You're an absolute moron. Can't change the environment. Even if every Republican fucking lit all their money on fire, we're not gonna change the environment. I mean, come on, man. I mean, more poor people use wood-burning stoves than rich people. Wait till the Democrats want to put a limit on wood-burning stoves. People that use wood to heat their house. That's when you're gonna see the American people have had a fucking enough. And you're gonna see food stamp fucking Democrats with wood-burning stoves who love their guns come over to the Republican side. When they start putting restrictions on, well, you can't use wood for your house. We're going to sell you propane, but we're going to give you $200 a month more welfare. That's what they're going to try and do. Mark my words. They're going to outlaw the wood-burning stove, and all them hillbillies that are heating their houses with wood-burning stoves, that voted Democrat are gonna fucking jump shit. But hillbillies are pretty stupid. They're almost like that bad word with an N, but they're white. But the minute you tell hillbillies you can't use wood to heat your house because you're polluting the environment, those people are going to become Republicans. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. What did we learn today? Yeah, buddy. My goal for the 2021 Ruby is to be 6 inches taller than Dale Chance. You know, I wish Dale and I could be friends. I really do. I mean, Dale and I actually have more in common than I do with most of the Misfits. And that's the truth. I mean, I I like hot rods. I like deer hunting. Now, what does Dale like? Dale likes hot rods. Dale likes deer hunting. Why can't me and Dale be friends? Well, I don't hate Dale. I like Dale. Um, I think Dale is a decent human being. And I think Dale is living a good hillbilly life, which I encourage, I endorse. Now, I wouldn't mind being at deer camp with Dale Chance up up in Virginia next to a nice bonfire with my dogs. I don't have dogs anymore, but I wish I had dogs. With Dale's dogs, having a beer, spitting some tobacco. Like, I don't know why Dale dislikes me. I actually have more in common with Dale Chance than I do with most of the Misfits. Like Brad would be completely out of his element at deer camp with Dale Chance. Brad has no business there. Prince Andrew, who I love like a brother, Prince Andrew would be out of his element. Wouldn't know what to do at deer camp. Lenny, there's another good example. Wouldn't know what to do at deer camp. I could be at deer camp with Dale Chance. I'm a Michigan deer hunter. I'm not a very good one, but I know how to do it. Why Dale chooses to dislike me, I don't get it. I mean, I'm probably the only one of the Delray Misfits. Like Nate, come on, man. You think Nate could survive one day at Dale Chance's deer camp? Not happening. McCuck at Dale Chance's deer camp? Not happening. You got one misfit that could probably fit in and have a good time at Dale Chance's deer camp. Spitting tobacco in front of a big fire, drinking beer. With dogs and guns and fire. That's me, Jay Masters. But Dale chooses to constantly challenge me. I don't get it. I could be like Dale Chance's older brother, but 6 inches taller. You know, I mean, I like Dale. I don't dislike Dale at all. I'll tell you what. I'm more like Dale than I am Brad. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm more like Dale than Brad. And, you know, Dale might not want to accept that. Because Dale's Dale's Dale. But I would actually like, and I would actually enjoy, probably more than any other misfit, guaranteed. I could fit in at deer camp with Dale Chance, and Dale hates me, and Dale challenges me. You know, that little short fucker, sends me direct messages, in private, that he'll meet me anywhere, anytime. Fuck you, Dale. Let's go hunt. I guarantee you, I could fit in with Dale Chance and his hunting buddies better than any other misfit. And I'll bet my nutsack on that. But deep down inside, I'm a Michigan hillbilly. But Dale is so fun to make fun of because he gets so triggered, and Dale just doesn't get it. And I like Dale. I mean, Dale's a clown. Dale's an idiot. But fucking A if I don't like Dale. Fuck yes, I do like Dale. Because, shit, I'd rather go to deer camp with Dale than Brad or Andrew or Lenny. I mean, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty of it, who the fuck would you rather go to deer camp with? I'm picking Dale. Because I can get along with Dale. Just, here's the deal with Dale. You disagree with him, say, Dale, you're the best. Yes, you're the biggest. Yes, you're the strongest. Yes, you're the best hunter. And you can get along with Dale. If you feed Dale into letting Dale feel that how Dale feels he is, you can get along with Dale. See, Dale doesn't like me because I challenge him. But Dale doesn't really know me. That's part of a good friendship. Dale doesn't know me. Like, when it comes to the OG misfits, I'm actually much more like Dale than Dale wants to admit. And I could have a good time at deer camp with Dale. So, now, Dale, I'm sorry if I made fun of you. I love you, big guy. I actually love you. You're just so fun to troll. Could you respond and you get so triggered, and we love that. We love you, Dale. Dale, don't ever leave the Genova-verse, because you've been one of the best people we've ever had to troll, because you're short and you're an easy target, and we like to make fun of you. But listen, when the rubber hits the road, I could get along with Dale. I could go deer hunting with Dale. No problem. If you get me and Dale in the woods in a cabin where it's just us talking about deer hunting, mean what I say. A lot of you guys think I talk shit. I wasn't talking shit. I, I mean that. I seriously mean that. I'm more like Dale than any of the other misfits. I mean, come on, man. It's the truth. I'd like to hear Dale's opinion. Dale, what misfit would you most like to have at your deer camp? You know, Big J, Lenny, Brad, Andrew, Nate, McCuck, or any of the other characters. If Dale doesn't pick me, I can live with that. Fuck. I don't have to deer hunt with that little fucker. I'm good. But I'm just trying to throw an olive branch out there that Dale and I are a lot alike. And yeah, I'm an asshole. I say a lot of nasty things. And hey, that's troll life. You know? You want to be a troll? It's troll life. But in a former life, before I moved to Florida, I was a lot more like Dale Chance than any of the other misfits. Garen goddamn Teed. And Dale Chance could take me to his deer camp and not be embarrassed to who he brought if he picked one of the other misfits. But I know bow and arrow, I know guns, I know deer hunting. Now, I never shot any big bucks like Dale. Shit. I've shot two decent bucks in my life, a 7-point and an 8-point. And none of them were like Dale, but shit, I know how to do it. None of the other misfits do. You think Brad knows how to fucking hunt deer? Fuck no. Andrew wants nothing to do with hunting. Lenny, Hunting? Come on, man. Nate? McCuck? I think that would be a great fucking video. Big J Masters and Dale Chance at hunting camp. I'd like that. Dale, there's the olive branch. I do want to be friends. I think we have more in common. Like, I don't want this bodybuilding thing to be the thing that we don't have in common. Honestly, Dale, I think we'd have a good time. Honestly. Imagine Jay Masters at Dale Chance's hunting camp in Virginia. I like the sounds of that. We'll see what, I mean, Dale hangs out with a bunch of fucking weird people. I don't know. I'm just trying to find common ground. I personally think that at deer camp, Dale and I wouldn't have so much to argue about. Like, who really cares at deer camp if you got 8 reps or 12 reps on that hammer strength back machine? You know, I don't even care if Dale got a bigger buck than me. I don't even care if I got a buck at all, honestly. Shit. I got so many misfit maniacs that want to take me hunting out in the Rocky Mountains where I'm guaranteed a big buck. Shit, out west, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, mule deer, I don't the females also have racks? I could be wrong. Anyway, it's up to Dale. I know Dale's a little sensitive. What do you think, Dale? You want to go hunting, bro? I'm going to go hunt with some misfit this fall. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I think I've said enough.